You're still watching NTV at 1 with me, Romeo Busiku. Now, the Uganda Law Society has launched the State of the Rule of Law in Uganda report aimed at promoting access to justice, accountability, protection of human rights. It highlights and documents the state of human rights, electoral violence and political prisoners, among other pertinent issues. I am joined by Eddie Nangulu, a ULS Council Representative for the East African region, to discuss some of the report findings. Very good afternoon, dear brother, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you. I am pleased to be on set today.
Bring us up to speed with the key findings of the State of the Rule of Law in Uganda report.
Today we have launched our first and second Rule of Law reports. We have highlighted a number of gross abuses that occur within this country.
Indeed.
What I want to say majorly is the rule of law is a fallacy. We are ruled by the law. If you observe the manner of abuse and the human rights violations, you'll indeed agree with me that abuse of rights is now a norm in this country. On rare occasions would you find the law able to protect or liberate. Our law is supposed to defend our rights. But our current setup is that our laws have become forms of oppression. The law is oppressive itself. We are ruled by the law to entrench abusive policies.
What kind of abuses have you recorded?
We've recorded a number of them. The most key is the court-martial victims. Those for us have been a public outcry. The victims of the court-martial, almost 6 months since the court was disbanded, have been sitting in jail cells waiting for recourse. They have not obtained any recourse up to now. Yes, they passed the UPDF Act to re-establish the court. But that is what we are meaning, the oppressive legislative enactments that encourage or entrench these tendencies are what we are strongly advocating against in our Rule of Law report for this year here.
How effective are the current checks and balances that would help us prevent such abuse or hold these leaders to account?
Our checks are weak. Our institutions are weak. Very few persons are able to call out wrongs. Mr. Busiku, you will note that from the current by-election, whatever was occurring there, the judge and the man of violence, nobody has been called to account. When abuses occur, nobody is sanctioned, nobody is called to order. We have many institutions, but none of them has the teeth and the muscle to bite. The courts are even weaker than the other institutions. The courts would have been the last line of defense. But up until now, the courts have failed to give direction on the court-martial victims. They are sitting in the prisons. The prisons even must be ashamed as to how they can be able to hold inmates without any valid warrants. And they are sitting with them, feeding them on a daily basis. This is an abuse of rights.
You do paint a very dire picture, but before I let you go, do you think the central government has done something or is doing enough to promote human rights and protect human dignity?
The central government is slow to the party. We have been calling for this manner of advocacy for long. We've been crying out for long. The government needs to step up. Recently, we received from the Human Rights Commission an order to release Eddie Nangulu. But that was one of the many incidences of the government trying to stand up. The courts of law, when they brought before them Eddie Nangulu in his vulnerable state, sent him to prison. Now that can't be a human rights sensitive organization that people would want to step up and maybe affiliate with.
Eddie Nangulu, we could go on this particular conversation, but time is fast spent. Thank you so much for having made the time to come through and talk to us.